Bonjour, we're back, guys. Sorry about that. Had to say good morning to the kids. We've been on the road for a while. 91 freeway, not cool. I feel like there's been construction on the 91 freeway since I was 5 years old. Like, when is this project going to be done? What are these construction workers doing? How long are they going to milk this, Kenny?
It's California, so forever.
That is ridiculous.
Forever milk this shit.
And that Dos Lagos area?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, and it's both directions too.
Yeah.
It's crazy because sometimes I'll be coming from Orange County and I'll get on the 91 and it's like dead stop traffic, but there's nothing. There's no car accidents. It's like there's nothing popping in Dos Lagos. What the fuck are we doing? Like, why is it so difficult to get off the freeway or just keep driving straight?
Yeah, I don't get it.
It's like until you get the back into Elsinore, which if you know anything about Elsinore, probably don't want to hit that from the back.
And if you do, you better wear a Jimmy.
Jesus.
Random thought as I'm here driving through Hesperia with my doors locked.
Confirmed.
Random porta potties on the side of the freeway. Who's shit in these things?
Honestly, probably nobody. I think that there's
They're for the construction guys, obviously, right?
I don't even think they get used though. I think that's probably a requirement by law, and then somebody's got a contract. Somebody's cousin owns a porta potty company, and they get a contract, and they get paid out.
I know somebody who owns a porta potty, which I'm thinking about getting into. Oast Nation porta potties. Think about it. This guy, you buy a unit for like $600. You can rent them out for $1,000 a week.
Damn.
Every porta potty is like, you just get contracts with companies and stuff like that. Like, he makes so much cash.
But you gotta dump them. Like, you gotta.
So he has 3 employees.
Uh-huh.
He has 3 trucks, and he has like the pump on each truck, which is like $4,000 each. And he just pays these dudes like $20 an hour, and he just restock it. They power wash it down, and then they suck out all the blue and crap, and then they go dispose it. Waste place, I guess.
Oh my god.
And it's not even, you don't even like get dirty.
Gotta figure out for a second, and thank you guys for the content you put out. It's very much appreciated. Appreciate that, Jorge. Thank you, sir.
Appreciate you, brother.
Jorge, since you're on here, since there's 4 people on here right now, we do have a subscription service on YouTube, which will be getting you all the behind the scenes content from PGF this week. There's 3 tiers. First tier is $1.99. That doesn't get you any behind the scenes content. That just gets you a little badge stating that you remember. There's the $4.99, which gets you behind the scenes content, and then there's a $9.99, which gets you extra access and allows you to send us videos of you rolling that we can critique on live stream or kind of go over and do live reactions to. So just throw it there.
This is new live.
Yeah.
Trying it out. Basically just doing what we normally do, talking what we normally talk about. Not even an episode style. We're just like, this is what it would be like driving into Vegas with Matt and Kenny.
Yeah. So, if you guys didn't catch the PGF draft last night, we'd kind of briefly touched on this before. My top 3 C's for PGF all got picked on the team, which happens to be Gracie's team. I don't know. Maybe I kind of pick some of the right people sometimes. I know that last season when we made our picks, we had some pretty fucking high up picks there.
There's a lot of people who are complaining about, like, oh, the size isn't gonna matter. The skill of the jiu-jitsu guys is what matters. Breaking news. Guys, size matters everywhere. It matters in the bedroom, it matters in jiu-jitsu, it matters at work. Size matters. It matters when you go to the doctor to get your fucking heart checked. Size matters. That I feel like later in the week, around Wednesday, Thursday, when the freaking people are fatigued, the bigger guys are going to have the advantage when it comes, especially 6-minute blitz matches.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these smaller guys who just like to pull and play the late game,
they're going to be beat up by the end of the week.
Maybe tonight and tomorrow might be okay, come Wednesday and Thursday, playoff time, I think the bigger athletes are going to be making a lot of noise here in this competition. Maybe I'm biased, maybe because I'm a big guy, but I genuinely feel that the bigger you are, you know what I mean, it's going to definitely matter.
Are you speaking like a Davis Asari?
Yes, and, you know, or even like a Jabroni, Elijah Carlton. He's coming up in weight, right? Even though he has done PGF before at heavyweight, which BMAC had told us, and done well, the level of talent is a little better this year. Right? Every year it gets better and better for PGF. And I think that, like, he was tired. He was showing signs of fatigue in the finals last year.
Right.
Do this today, yada, yada, yada. So I think come later in the week, we're going to come into situations where the bigger guy is getting dubbed. So I think it's important for the smaller guys to blitz early and try to definitely get finished kills and subs quick, because points for the smaller guys is going to be harder to get later in the week.
I think I had a point for a second, and then I thought my lips were chapped. So
Which lips, Kenny?
did Gordon ever accept Ron's challenge? No, he did not. He basically said, I accept your challenge, but we're going to do it under my rules, and we're going to do it on my platform because I'm the king and I make the.
And which I'm going to say this. I think Gordon has a point.
Yeah.
If you say, hey, you call LeBron James up right now, like, hey, I challenge you one-on-one. LeBron James has all the right to be like, okay, my backyard.
Right.
Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Fighting somebody with their rules and stuff. You're challenging him. It's not like he's challenging you. If Gordon was challenging, you know what I mean? You know what might be easier?
Jorge said, I love having a tactical belly. I don't have to worry about body triangles.
Tactical belly. I have one of those too.
Team Burrito Big.
Tactical bellies are cool unless you're wearing a white gi. And if you're wearing a white gi, you just look huge. There's nothing you can do wearing a white gi in a picture.
You get a lot of white gis, Matt?
I get a ton of white. I'm blessed to get free gis, but I get a lot of white gear, dude. And, you know, I look like the Michelin Man.
Oh, fuck.
You get white gis, Kenny, or you seem to get dark gis?
I get a little mix of both. The last time you sent them out, I got one white, one dark.
I got a blue gi one time. That's cool.
I got blue gis once. I got a blue gi once.
Kenny hates a blue gi with a blue belt.
Yeah, I won't wear blue gi with blue belt, but hopefully we're like a year away from purple. So.
But a black gi with a black belt looks fine. Is that red bar?
Yeah. With a black belt. Looks fucking. There are some ugly ass gis. Like, let's not. I know they exist. Don't do that.
If you're wearing a wild ass gi color, you better be able to back it up. You better be able to back it. If you're wearing a red gi looking like Ken from Street Fighter, you better be able to back it up.
How IBJJF has like strict gi regulations and sleeves and this and that and the other thing. But then in the karate, you'll see like the dudes will like cut the sleeves off but still have the gi top. I wonder if like you could get away with that at IBJJF, or if you have to have sleeves.
You have to have sleeves because sleeves is part of the gi game, part of the grips.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need grips.
Yeah.
But that you'd be DQ.
Fucking instant.
McDonald's guy's not a sponsor.
Rash guards make me look like a stuffed sausage. Mark says, I think Matt needs to get in an ice bath in Vegas.
That wouldn't be a bad idea if there's one there, if there's one available.
I feel like there's going to be some there. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe.
What if we got invited to the UFC? What's that place where they train?
PI.
The PI. They have the cold water and the hot water. That'd be a good place to do it.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can pull off.
What do you guys want to see us do in Vegas? Kenny's like, it's going to be 70 degrees, freezing,
bro. 67 is the high.
It's going to be freezing in Vegas.
I brought no shorts other than training shorts.
I wear shorts for a living, bro. Yeah. Your boy's got 5 pairs of shorts, 2 pairs of pants.
Is there UPS pants in the uniform, or is it always shorts?
There are UPS pants, but those people are frowned upon.
Oh, really?
Yes. Unless you're really, really old, then yes, the pants are acceptable as a UPS employee, because old heads, there was no shorts back in the day. Some of the old guys just always wear pants. Those guys are all phased out by now. Now you wear shorts every day, no matter what. Pants actually hinder you, and you get less street cred. It's like wearing a leaky.
Matt will do no nose. Matt's never even smoked weed or anything like that. Never drank a beer. Definitely not going to have nose beers for Matt.
No nose beers for me, guys.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid to take some juice though.
I just got a fresh bottle in the bag.
I took some before I came. I'm set.
I got set last night, but I'm going midweek. I'm twice a week. You're once a week.
I'm going once a week because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
Which my doctor said my levels are too high. My doctor said my levels are like at 1300.
Nice.
And he said, we need to bring it down just a little bit. And my blood is thick. He's like, that's not good.
Oh, do you take grapeseed extract?
I don't.
Do that. That actually, so I was getting the thicker blood as well. And Game Day recommended me taking grapeseed extract. It's like $9 for like a more than a month's supply on Amazon. And it significantly dropped my blood thickness.
He said that I need to donate blood twice a month.
Really?
I was like, damn, that seems a little tedious, doc. Probably not going to do that. We're going to do that like a week before I get my levels then.
Gotcha.
Nate says he wants to see us do this stratosphere roller coaster and shit. Probably not going to happen.
Nate.
Horace said it would be cool to see you guys check out the UCP. I agree, that would be dope.
That would be cool.
I don't know how much access we're going to get there. As far as the venue for PGF, we have full access, so we will be recording our pods there during the week. So that's the plan. We're going to do basically shorter pods, like little 30, 45-minute pods every morning. I'll come back to the room, I'll edit it, and I'll get it uploaded hopefully by around lunchtime. And then throughout the week, I'll just be carrying camera around. We'll start filming behind the scenes stuff.
And we'll go live in the morning. I think I'm going to go live in the morning.
And
on my social media, I'll go live and just like push PGF, push our YouTube and stuff like that, push our pods coming out, and kind of just do a breakdown of the night before.
Yeah.
So,
Jorge, yes, we will be able to do interviews with people there at PGF. So athletes, coaches, other people that work there, like Brandon McCaffrey, things like that. I guess it depends on their schedule, how busy they are, and how they're feeling. White Castle on Fremont at 1 a.m. You may be able to find nuts.
that was better than the last one. Oh, that was better than the last one. Holy shit, that was good, dude. Your eyes fucked, dude. God. 3 people saw that? That was great, dude. Holy
Thank you for scaring the shit out of me while at work.
Hey, I got a lot of heat on. People were like, I'm unfollowing you from that one where I jumped the knee on belly and it was the girl making the sex sounds, like want to hear it rip.
Oh, really?
A lot of people got mad about that one. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was pretty fucking hilarious. We come to you for content, not for this bullshit. Hey, man. Sorry. Happens. That's funny.
Damn, it's a clean ass.
There's no such thing as a clean ass old car.
Never apologize for genius comedy. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. I got myself, if that makes people feel better. I was going to read the comments, and my boss was standing next to me, and that fucking girl started fucking moaning. I was like, damn it, got myself.
So, confirmed, there is definitely an Area 51.
Confirmed.
I know that it's Area 51 is the actual Area 51 is based outside of Vegas, actually. So Nellis Air Force Base in Las Vegas, they have a lot of the stealth fighters. Well, they're not stealth fighters. It's a stealth fighters. Well, they're not stealth fighters. It's the F-111, the F-111 or F-117. Yeah, which is her F-117. Yeah, which is the Nighthawk, which is actually a bomber. It's a stealth bomber, but they couldn't. The Air Force is only allowed to have so many bomber-class airplanes, so they designated it as a fighter aircraft, though it's not a fighter aircraft. That is stationed at Nellis. And if you work on that jet, you have to drive into Nellis, you park your car, and then they have to take military transport to where those are stationed. Like, the base is so massive that those stealth jets are not at the normal Nellis base. They have to, like, essentially cart you out there to work on them. So they're even that much further away from civilization.
So the government approved that there are aliens, right? What are we gonna do, Kenny? Are we ready for these guys? Are we just pulling guard as a country and just being like, take us?
I don't know. I don't necessarily believe that there are aliens, but I don't not believe. I want to believe.
You think there are aliens are within, like underneath the world, like inside of it?
Inside of it. All I want to do right now is sing that song "Inside of You" from.
Is that what you want to do on live, Kenny? Fucking, let's hear it.
I don't know. I think if they're here, they're living among us. I don't think they're little gray people.
Dennis Rodman.
I think Elon Musk is an alien.
Elon Musk is a weird dude.
He's a very eccentric individual.
What's your opinion on electric cars?
I've driven a Tesla. They're fun. I don't know that I want to own one long term, like Nate does. That's wild.
Yeah, it's like I just don't like the fact that somebody can just shut your shit off.
Yeah, that is a little wild. They could do that with a lot of fucking.
Like this truck too. I'm sorry, they could just shut me down if they wanted to. When's the last time? Someone tell me. When's the last time you guys were in Vegas? Give me a wild Vegas story in the comments.
Wild Vegas story.
I got a wild Vegas story, but I can't say it. I can't say it here. It's too wild.
Not on the live. Not on the live.
Not on the live.
I left my dad's wedding and didn't go to his reception dinner because I wanted to go see Supercross.
I also want to shout out BMAC for putting us up at the Bunny Ranch. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like. So, honey, like, this is not our choice. If we're there, like, this is where we're staying. Thanks. We appreciate that.
PGF is at the Bunny Ranch.
No gi.
It's fucking negative gi.
They're really twins.
Scissor guard.
The event of PGF itself looked pretty sick last night.
Yeah.
Like, just by seeing the clips, I could just feel the room again.
I can't remember who when I was watching the draft last night, they were interviewing one of the athletes that was in last season, and he made mention of the soundproof curtains, and he said he's never, trained or competed in any sort of a venue like that it does change the air. You know what I mean? And maybe that's what we talked about that with Brandon. There's a different feel to it, and I think it is that you're in this large room, but there's these soundproof curtains everywhere, so there's no reverberation. Like, everything just kind of cuts off and it's silent. So when it's quiet in there, and it's all jiu-jitsu nerds watching this shit, you know what I mean? So when it's quiet in there and everybody's like looking at the real, like, intense movements,
it's kind of like dating a stripper. I walked in and I could feel like someone cooked here. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, this shit went down in here. It's like when you go visit somebody after they had a kid, and you walk in that room, and then your girl's just all like hair all over the place, cute little baby. Dad looks tired as shit. Like, shit went down in here.
Nate says, pretty tame, but drinking all day by the pool with a gemstone kind of glass and got a 2nd-degree burn on my hand from the sun magnifying it all day without my knowledge.
Nate seems like a guy that loves a fucking little fucking umbrella in his drink. Drives a little Tesla, parks it, little umbrella in his drink.
Nate, to me, if I had to guess, just based on my friendship with Nate,
Hates the sun.
no, I would daywalker.
The man hates the sun.
I would say that Nate is like he's really into microbrews, but he doesn't ever really talk about drinking, so I don't know that that's a reality.
I feel like Nate would want one of those mustaches that curl.
The curl, yeah.
If he could do it.
Handlebar mustache.
He's the suspenders over belt type of guy. A bow tie over tie.
Is he a high dress pant?
Oh, yeah.
No socks? Or Argyle socks?
Is he a handshake or a...
Tip of the cap? Did you ever watch the show The League?
The League? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Andre.
Yeah. Exactly, Andre.
Nate is kind of like Andre, just not as... Nate is Andre without drains.
Nate has got a doctorate in wiltsy. When we need wiltsy, we need ears on the ground. Nate is the guy.
Used to be a big beer guy, but haven't drank in almost 2 years. Also, fuck you, these vegan legs, kid son. I just have a bunch of tattoos. I'm really pale. I cover it all.
I want more tattoos.
Get more tattoos?
Get one here in Vegas. We don't have enough time.
We're here for a week.
I know, but we're busy.
We're not getting a full piece done.
We're busy. What kind of tattoo should we get?
A gi top.
Just a gi top tattoo.
Yeah.
I always got that thing on me.
I've been glued to the Wilty page. He's been spiraling even harder the past couple of days. Oh yeah, Mr. Moose Keys in the chat has been feeding us all the Wilty information for the last 2 weeks.
He's wheels on the ground. He's like, okay guys, woke up this morning. Grace queef last night.
BJJ Balance. Well, my whole back's tattooed, so I can't get a tramp stamp.
I cannot get a tramp stamp. Like, I don't have enough tattoos to where I can just get like something random. Because it just blends in with all my other shit.
Right.
Kenny, you're at that stage where like you could get a tattoo and it wouldn't affect you at all because it just blends in with all your other shit.
Most people wouldn't even notice it.
Me, I'm like, oh, look at that thing sticking out. It has to mean something.
You should just get Os on your kneecap. On your neon belly kneecap.
Or like Os over my other thigh.
Yeah.
Thigh tattoo hurts like a bitch. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was not fun.
I feel like he could make a Shutter Island style movie made about him. Yeah, dude, he should be incarcerated. Yesterday he said that he is the third coming of Christ, and that he is the Son of God. This isn't the only time he said that. He said that earlier this week as well. He said that Jesus did a good job, but he just gave up and decided to depart the world because he didn't want to deal with the bullshit anymore. Yeah, Wiltsy's out of his fucking mind. And any school that hasn't, like, if you're gonna have somebody come do a seminar at your school, you think that you would like do a little research on them, you know, and say, oh, what do they accomplished lately? Look, oh, that's weird. He doesn't have a social media, and then, oh, his YouTube channel's gone, and then you stumble across whatever he's posting on now. You would just be like, fuck that. This guy's not coming to my school.
Right.
Yeah, dude's out of his mind. That is not. Somebody messaged me earlier. He went from killing Mongols to trying to hire them to kill Heath in a span of 24 hours. Yep, I did catch that. Somebody actually messaged me earlier this week and said that he was doing a seminar last week, I think in like Mississippi or something like that, and that it was like 2.5 hours into it and people started to walk out because he didn't teach any jiu-jitsu. He brought a whiteboard and he was going over like theory of jiu-jitsu and how to optimize your jiu-jitsu in theory.
Donna heard him.
Yeah, but showed no actual technique or anything like that, and people just started walking out.
Imagine the smell.
Oh my God.
Andrew Wilsey, top or south.
Oh my God.
Come on, dude.
Just the smell of Andrew Wilsey in general, but yeah, fucking Andrew Wiltsey's fucking bag on your head?
My guy has needed a bath for a while, dude. My man is in desperate need for a bathroom water.
He's staying at a hotel right now, and he showed him in the hot tub the other day, and I'm like, that's just Andrew Wiltsey soup.
Imagine getting that room after Wiltsey.
Oh, they're gonna have to fucking
and
burn
then
it.
jumping in the hot tub and it's coming out itchy.
You know he's gonna want to let Jacob Couch fuck Grayson if he flips on Heath. Schmegma overload.
Doesn't he
Yeah,
not
for
like
sure.
Jacob Couch, right?
Yeah, he hates Couch right now, but he was saying in the stores the other day that if Jacob flips on Heath and basically apologizes to Andrew and then helps Andrew destroy Heath, that he'll forgive Jacob.
When Daisy first started, Wiltsey was the star. He was the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Couch started getting a rub, started getting a little popular.
Right.
And then when Wiltsey was hurt, Couch got his Gordon Ryan match, got all this kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And it just seems like a little bit of jealousy from Wiltsey. He liked being the big dog in a little, like the big fish in a little pond, right? Not, you know what I mean? And now some of the other guys have built a pretty good name for themselves, and he just couldn't handle that.
You know, you know how they say don't feed the trolls. Like the quickest way to get rid of a troll is just ignore them. You know, don't interact with them. You know, once they don't get the attention that they're so desperately craving, they kind of go away. It's funny that you'll see Andrew go on these like 4 or 5 hour long story posts. Like he hundreds of stories a day. He'll go on these posts, running his mouth about Heath. I was going to do this. I was going to do that. And he's talking directly to Heath in the post. And he's just like, all you got to do is call me. All you got to do is call me. And then he'll give his phone number and we can work this all out. And the fact that Heath hasn't called him, you can tell every time he says it that it like angers him. Like, I can't believe he still hasn't called me, kind of a thing. Like he keeps saying he has all the power, he has all the evidence. Nobody believes him. Nobody actually, well, I wouldn't say nobody. There are definitely people that are sympathizing with this guy and in his DMs.
Heath was a father figure to him. Let's just call it what it is.
It feels like dad turned his back on him.
And he feels betrayed that like his dad don't turn his back on him. That's exactly what's happening, but it's not so much. Sometimes you got to let the loved ones go because I don't condone what you do with your life, and I'm not going to be a part of it. I feel like that's underground story of what's really going on here.
Yeah. I've always been a disbeliever of the blood is thicker than water mentality.
Grace is like a real bad news for Andrew.
I think so too.
I think she could be the.
She's an enabler.
She puts fuel on his fire.
100%. I think worse. I think there's times where you've seen him start to calm down in the stories, and she kind of rekindles it. You know what I mean?
Boyfriend.
And you'll see her like do shit in the background where like, you know, he was talking about the black eyes that he had a couple days ago, and how she, you know, he was basically outing her, saying like, I was letting Grace punch me in the face, and then she immediately her in the background, no, I didn't know it, because I think he's out of his mind crazy, and so he doesn't realize what he's saying. I think she's well aware of what's going on. So when he's throwing her under the bus like that, she knows like, oh, that could come back and burn me later on.
This is her moment. This is her fame. This is her 15 minutes.
I think she believes that they're like a Mickey and Mallory natural born killers kind of a situation.
Possible. Very possible. They're like Gordon and Sonny, but like trash. You know what I'm saying? They're like the fucking. It's like a real bad.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Jiu-jitsu power couples. It's just Gordon and Sonny and fucking Andrew.
Who are the other power couples in jiu-jitsu?
Oh my god. I mean, back in the day, Cyborg and Cyborg.
Yeah, I think Canuto and his chick are pretty.
Yeah.
They're a good power couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's wild.
Craig and Gabby.
Craig and Gabby. Oh,
I wonder if that's like a low-key motivation too, if the Craig and Gabby thing like pisses off Gordon.
don't think Gordon's got a lot to be mad about. He's always in everybody's mind.
Yeah. Yeah, he's always mad.
Yeah, he gets mad. I just feel like he gets a little unfair treatment.
I think so. When you're on top of the world, you're gonna get hatred. You know,
he's getting like Kanye treatment.
But like Kanye, sometimes he says some wild ass shit. And you're just like, what?
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta be kind of.
That's dope. There's a whole yard of Humvees off to the right, like hundreds of Humvees.
What are they preparing for, dude?
It's dope.
We should buy one.
Dude, I think a Humvee, like in that condition, is still like 80 G's.
A BJJ Balance Humvee?
BJJ Balance Humvee.
Could you imagine
matching
show up?
Matching Humvees, bro?
Oh, guys, super chat right now. One of you four.
We can get Humvees, we'll paint them.
We're basically in a BJJ Balance van right now. We got 5 guys riding with us to Vegas. We're fucking killing it right now.
Gordon opens the door for criticism a lot by feeding into the haters. I agree. There was a point, I remember he had a post about a year ago where he was saying, people advised me not to engage the people that were putting hatred on my page, and I'm fucking done with that. I'm going to respond to every comment now, da-da-da-da. And I think that it was probably better for his brand to just shut up and color and toe the line and not engage. But I think that he's such a megalomaniac that for someone to throw hate his way and for him to ignore it, like, angered him. Like, I have to respond, you know what I mean? Like, I can't let anybody ever say anything bad about me ever. I think that there's a certain mindset when you reach that level of like notoriety and fame and popularity that you have to, in order to maintain like a healthy mindset, you have to be able to just like shut it out. I think Brennan Schaub suffers from the same thing.
It's hard, man. It's hard. Even me, which I'm not on the scale they're on.
Right.
When you get a negative comment, you get pretty like, like I did that a couple weeks ago. I did that at 6 a.m. We are the red, like a kind of a motivational type thing.
Yeah.
First comment on there was cringe.
Yeah.
And immediately I wanted to battle the guy saying it or delete it. Again, maybe it is cringe.
Yeah.
But then I left it on and that shit went viral. So, yeah. But it's hard. Like you content creators or people who put their self out there, no one wants to be shit on, period. No one wants to be like, imagine being in class and you're rolling with somebody and then someone goes like, dude, you suck. It's not fun.
You know, I think the thing that kind of sucks is that if, like, there's things that the BJJ Balance Instagram gets collabed in that when you post, if the clip starts to take off, it becomes so much like, unless you have a page like this, you wouldn't know. But like, if you like let's say we post something and I'm not on Instagram for like 5 hours and I click back on, it will max everything out at 100 likes, 100 comments, 100 followers. Like, even there could be more than that, but it'll max out at that. And you go to scroll through your notifications, and it'll max out as well. Like, if there's more notifications than it has space for, it'll stop. So if you want to catch everything, you have to actually dive into that post again and kind of scroll through it like you're just a user on Instagram. And you want to do that because there could be somebody big in the space that's trying to interact with you. You don't want to miss that opportunity. But then at the same time, you've got to see all the other potentially negative stuff as well. So it's like, you can't just ignore it. You know what I mean? Not if you're trying to grow your brand. Maybe if you're well established at that point, then there's other means of getting a hold of me, kind of a thing. You know what I mean?
That's a little hack for you guys. If you're trying to build your social media to the roof, which I also have some of that on my premium subscriptions, collaboration is huge. But, you know, it's also important for you to have that blue check. If you can have that blue check, granted, I didn't have to pay for mine. I got mine right before they
Give me 1 second. Jorge, enjoy your meeting. And if you want to go to the paid subs, I believe you just go to our page, to our homepage on YouTube, and there should be a subscription, or not a subscription, but like a membership section that you can click on. I'll have to verify that later. But it should all be active.
So yeah,
Oh, Yeti just said click the join button. So yeah, once you click the join button, it'll give you the 3 tiers, and you can choose which one you want.
awesome. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys. But if you're trying to grow your social media, and you're trying that blue check, like I was saying, granted, I didn't have to pay for mine. I was given. I think they asked me if I wanted to be, and I said yes. So I was very lucky to get in before they started making people pay for it. But I think it's like $11 or $10 a month. $15 a month to have it. But that blue check, if you're trying to get bigger accounts to collab with you, I always see the blue jiu-jitsu comment.
Right.
Because they kind of stick out. It's kind of like being a premium.
There's also a section, if your Instagram account is labeled as a business, it breaks down your notification section, and there is a verified section.
So like that definitely, like I will respond, or I will see that more. So if you're trying to, you see more credible in the comments, you comment. Like, so when I was shadow banned a couple months back and I was getting no feedback at all, how I defeated my shadow ban was I would go on to have people like, man, oh, Snake, you're in every comment on every freaking reel there ever was. I would just go in to make a funny comment and everybody's reel, but people would look at mine because of the blue check.
Gotcha.
So like I wasn't just a random person. You always see with the blue check, who is this person? And people click, anytime a blue check comments anything, you always click on it and say, who is this guy?
Right.
And I think everybody does that. Like, who's this famous guy? And then you see like, oh, this guy's $800, but they still clicked on your page. So if you want to be noticed, blue check.
Yeah, I think right now too, this is because it's such a new thing that blue check's been around like maybe a year. This would be the time to do it, because eventually everybody's going to end up jumping on the blue check bandwagon, and it won't be as effective as it is right now. So this would be kind of a don't miss the boat thing and jump on it.
Also, being the blue check, Instagram's more or less likely to stop your stuff because you're paying them now. You know what I mean? So like, this guy's verified himself. He's took a picture of his license and all that kind of stuff. So like, yeah, it sucks that they don't just give it out to the people who like. I kind of see how some of the people are like, oh, like when I got mine, I didn't have to pay for it. Like, you earned it, because they found you, you know.
Right.
But I do think it's good in long run to like get rid of bots and stuff like that. So I think it's probably good to have.
Yeah, I agree.
Dress code for PGF, Kenny.
You know, they really pressed that hard last year.
It was hard. I haven't heard it so much this year. So I'm suited and booted, but I'm also not suited and booted. And I think I'm going to find middle ground.
Yeah.
I think finals night, I'm going to really dress good.
Right.
But like,
last year.
I'm going to kind of dress good, normal. It's like kind of good. Some guy, and he was an athlete, but he was wearing skinny jeans with a fur coat. He had a full me. He went full Corella de Ville.
No shirt.
No shirt.
And slides.
Last year we had a guy in pajama pants passing out cookies.
That smelled like patchouli and weed.
So I'm like,
I'm fairly positive those are weed cookies too.
we got so much gear.
Oh yeah.
Lugging us into the hotel room is gonna be hilarious.
We got a wagon for it though, so shout out to my wife for getting up this morning or late last night and digging that wagon out and throwing it next to the door. I never would have remembered that.
That's
What's
smart.
up, Rogue?
What good places to eat in Vegas, guys? I'm already thinking of food. It's a big guy mentality in me.
Feel free to drop us a super chat too if you want to donate some money to the Vegas cause.
Yeah. We're just staying at the Bunny Ranch, you know what I mean?
It's so wild that from California to Vegas, like once you leave a certain portion of California, there's fucking nothing.
Nothing.
As you can see in the rear view, it's just desert.
desert. The winds are pretty strong right now.
Yeah. There's that water park.
Was it open?
There's a bit abandoned water park.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Yeah, Wendy. When Wendy and I took my older kids, to Vegas a couple of years ago, we stopped in this on the way back, and literally just jumped over the fence and.
That would be a cool place to do photo shoot.
Yeah, walked all around. It's neat. There's a lot of really cool graffiti in there. I have a bunch of pictures on my phone.
That'd be a cool place to do like picturing our geese and shit in there.
There's a lot of dope shit.
Pretty weird place for a water park. No wonder it went out of business.
Well, we gotta get to work there. The toothless tweaker that lives in that shack. You know, like I don't want to go to the water park. It's
some carny just fucking up there, fucking.
Get on the ride, kid.
Cross your arms. Cross your feet.
Free hot dogs at the end.
There's one place Andrew Bolte should try to apply for. Fucking water park.
Well, they burn his house down. Maybe he can move in there.
Red room for life, dude.
Red room. Well, I mean, the red room, blue room conversation that ended quickly. Do you think the lore of the blue room will even last another like 6 months, or it'll just be forgotten?
This video got taken down there.
I don't think it was there long enough to really burn it.
I'll tell you this right now: Wilties didn't save to the cloud. He didn't pay that extra 99 cents a month or whatever it takes.
Oh, there's another so he said initially that he, on his own accord, took his YouTube down and deleted all the videos, and the reasoning that he gave was, I gave you guys so much free content, and you guys didn't give a fuck that I took it all down and it'll be gone forever. And then yesterday, in an early morning story, which I think a lot of people are going to overlook, he stated that he was just saying that, and that somebody hacked into his YouTube and deleted it, which I don't believe either. I believe because he was making multiple death threats to people, that YouTube nuked his account.
100%.
Because when he created the new account, that got nuked as well. He has no YouTube. Once YouTube nukes your account, once they start catching on that you've created multiple accounts, they'll delete all of them. You were banned from YouTube at that point.
This car carrier in front of me is an asshole, Ken. He switches lanes.
To pass the Frito-Lay's truck.
To pass the Frito-Lay's truck, which I have a story about Frito-Lay's. Put a pin in it. But like, so he wanted to get over, so I let him over. I give him the double flick of the lights, like, go ahead, man. What is he supposed to do, Kenny, as out of respect for me letting him over?
Honk the horn?
No, he doesn't drive trucks. See, as a truck driver, you hazards, double flash, and let him know, like, thank you.
Oh, gotcha.
And he didn't do any of that. Dick. Back to Frito-Lay's. Actually, side note, Andrew Wilties, I heard a fun fact about Andrew Wilties. He sleeps with a shirt on.
Like a fat kid in the pool?
And he just takes it off when he wakes up.
It's weird.
Secondly, Frito-Lay's guy. So I don't look like my mom, and I don't really... If you've seen my dad, you would say, man, you're not that Mexican.
Oh, your dad's Mexican?
Yeah. My mom might have been hanging out with him. He was dating a Frito-Lay's guy around the same time.
Do you look like the Frito-Lay's guy?
I don't know who the guy was.
Do you look like your siblings?
I kind of look like my cousins a little bit, but I don't look like my brother.
What about your sister?
My little sister, no, she's dark. She's dark as shit. She Mexican. So yeah, who knows, man?
Shout out Frito-Lay's guy.
And I guess what I've heard was he was a tall man, kind of tall, white guy, kind of white, dark hair, delivered, worked in a Frito-Lay's truck delivering.
Yeah, you're a UPS guy delivering.
There's a lot of things.
There's a lot of
parallels added up here.
You are a fan of the chip?
I love chips. Not a Frito-Lay guy, but I do love chips. Yeah, you never know. That's a little Frito-Lay story right there. I hope my mom's not watching. She does like the YouTube. Sorry, Mom.
I'll change this video to not for the moms.
Sorry, Mom. We got 5-0 here. Over 80. This could be it. We could be getting pulled over right now. We're under 80.
He's probably looking for cell phones.
Don't even do it. And we're good.
Make it funny.
If we were in the Corvette, you didn't take it right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Yeti, I do agree with you. It is the veil that you have to drive through before you hit Vegas, because Vegas is definitely another fucking planet.
I brought swim trunks. You're like, it's gonna be freezing cold. I have a few people bought trunks.
Yeah, I don't know about the trunks thing, bro. That's wild.
Last time we were at PGF, it rained on us.
It did. It did in the middle of April,
April showers.
which is right before it's pool party season. Pools open at the end of April. We were there beginning of April.
How often do you shave that fucking dome?
Every 2 days.
So I'm gonna see full head shave this week.
Oh yeah. About to pull off. What's up? Kenny, is that a ski mask? Yes, Nate, it is.
Now I feel like I'm a fucking character in GTA.
Good thing I wasn't wearing this when we drove by the cop.
I feel like a character. He went to see you got limo too.
Oh, good point. Kenny about to do hood rat shit with his friends. Ocean's 11, Yeti, not just Oceans.
If George Clooney's in the movie, I'm not watching it. George Clooney is the worst actor for me personally. I cannot think of a worse one. Every movie I've ever seen George Clooney is absolute boring.
Yeah. Well, hey, yo, first off, we drove by the cop with limo tent. I'm just gonna look like a black guy. He's for sure pulling us over.
Yeah. I got proper tags on though.
Reg is good. Let him go.
Yeah, no, it really like GTA characters right now. Looks like we're going snowboarding. I got a buddy who drives to Vegas every day and back. That's his whole route.
That's fucked.
That's a fuck job.
Is he there for 10 minutes? Like, how
He
long
goes
is
to
the shift?
Goodyear, drops, picks up a new one, brings it back. Like, takes a trailer for them and loads back. So here's what's so about UPS: ground to air. If it's air, 1 or 2 days, it's going in the plane. Anything ground or 3 day is going on trains and rails and on trucks.
Yeti just said Kenny looks like the guy that can get you anything for the right price.
Kenny can. Kenny's my guy in the chair. Kenny's my guy. I was like, hey, I can't figure this out. I didn't know how to cut and paste on Mac the other day. Call Kenny. Your guy is not smart in technology. He's my Zordon.
Fucking shout out Power Rangers reference.
90s cinema, dude. I got it all. Alpha could have used a little more tech, though. He had no weapons, so like when they attacked the freaking base where Zordon was, and they blew up Zordon, Alpha couldn't even fight. Like you could equip him with like something.
A laser gun, something.
Something. He's just like, ay.
Yeah.
And it's like getting murked. What celebrities think
Were you a Pink Ranger fan or a Yellow Ranger fan?
I think everybody, you know what sucked about the Yellow Ranger? She died in a car crash. And that was like very stereotypical.
Oh, real life?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was very stereotypical.
Jesus Christ.
It was just real sad. The OG Power Rangers, they really like, the Black Ranger was black, the Yellow Ranger was Asian, the Pink Ranger was a ditzy girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like they really...
So here's a random thing. My old roommate, Jake, his older sister, who's my age, she dated one of the newer Red Rangers. When I was like in my 20s, he was a Red Ranger. And I just thought it was a fucking wild. I'm like, Carissa's dating the Red Ranger? Like,
That's sick.
Fucking...
Did the Red Ranger get his red wings?
I would not shock me. So... Carissa's taking the old Red Rocket.
A lot of people like the Pink Ranger, and I didn't think she was ugly. But I was never a fan of her. When
I was a kid, my parents took my brother and I to a Power Rangers signing event at Target in Bonita. We were super confused because it was stunt people, so the Pink Ranger was an Asian broad. Megafo, we literally just finished our Andrew Wiltsey conversation.
we went balls deep.
You'll have to watch the replay on that one.
I would not. Pink Ranger, like, it wasn't my cup of tea. I was more of a Kelly Kapowski guy. Kelly Kapowski, Jesse Spano, Topanga.
I was never a Jesse. You know what? I think the thing that killed Jesse Spano for me was the Manic episode.
She's coffee, dude.
Or her caffeine pills.
She wasn't a very good actress. Hence, if you ever seen Showgirls, we weren't watching it for the fucking acting, for the deep acting skills.
We were watching it for the fucking acting skills.
But I was a huge fan of them over the Pink Ranger. Pink Ranger was just had nothing to her. Cute face, that's about it.
I was still I was maybe 11, 10. I don't.
Carmen Electra stole my heart. Jenny McCarthy stole my heart and singled out.
See, I'll agree with you on Carmen Electra. I was not a McCarthy fan because I thought when she kept doing the fart jokes, it ruined it for me. I'm not into it.
Yeah, she was very obnoxious. That was her.
Nah! She would do fucking shit like that. I'm like, I'm gonna steal that.
You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Like the guy in my fucking comments, she made me want to brush my teeth with a Glock.
There was a workout show before ESPN 5:30 in the morning. I would get up at 5 a.m. every day, and she'd be like Kiana. She's some Asian chick, and she's just a fitness chick. Dying. You know, I was like, I'd watch Kiana before SportsCenter every fucking morning. And she'd just be there with a bunch of buff dudes with fucking G-strings on.
Just fucking filling up the spank bank before you head to school.
Working out. It was like a whole workout show. That's a deep cut of 90s right there.
ESPN needed some filler for a while.
ESPN, back in the day, had ugly ladies who just knew about sports. Now they have hot chicks who don't really know about sports and those read anything the prompter says.
Yeah. They figured that one out. Teleprompters changed the industry.
Like I'm working with a lawyer as like a sponsor, and he's helping me. I'm helping him push his social media, all that kind of stuff. And he's like, I hired a cute girl, and we'll have her talk instead of me. That'll probably be better for numbers, right? I'm like, I mean, no, they probably want to talk to you and choose thing, you know?
Right.
I was like, but if you want me to fucking talk to a cute girl instead of you, I guess. But like, it's better off coming from you. Like, people think the sex selling thing is too much. It's not so much. People want quick action, quick responses. They want get to your point in 15 seconds.
He just needs a sweet opener like the Texas Law Hawk. Do you remember those videos?
No.
There's this guy, a lawyer out of Texas, and he screamed at the camera, "My name's blah, 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 the Texas Law Hawk." And he's riding around on like a little 50. And he's all, due process, do wheelies. And he's just fucking ripping wheelies on a 50.
Okay, I do kind of remember that guy, yeah. Or Larry H. Parker got me, 2.1 million.
Yeah.
What do you think that brother did? Do you think he invested that 2.1 million?
No. Crack.
Come on, kid. Crack.
We already, like, I had a friend in high school whose dad became a crackhead.
That doesn't mean they all do crack. My dad does crack.
My dad was a heroin guy.
My dad does methamphetamine.
A lot of meth in my family, but yeah, my dad was a heroin. That was his preferred drug of choice. I don't think he was a crack guy. Coke, yeah. He did a lot of coke, but I don't think he smoked it. I don't think he rocked it up.
How come we don't use the name Teixeira?
I should. You know what? If it wasn't for the fact that I already have 2 adult children, I would probably go change my name.
Kenny's actually Portuguese.
Yeah.
It's not, Teixeira is his name.
My dad's adopted, so that's where Wilson comes from. My cousin Keith, who I talk about on the pod frequently, his mom is my dad's sister, and his grandpa is actually Wilson, but that's not my actual grandpa. It's my My dad's older. It's adopted dad. So
that makes sense. You have kids that are named Wilson,
right?
But if they're both females, so if they get married, change the last name.
Yeah.
Open season, but
the funny thing is, on my birth certificate it says Kenneth Wayne Wilson Jr. But when I was born, my dad's name was never leave. I know.
Name.
That sounds like a serial killer, right?
Holy cow, dude!
Or a country singer.
That's the widest name you can. Think of 5 white names: Kenneth Wayne Wilson
Jr.
So like a damn country star.
So my dad was never Kenneth Wayne Wilson Sr. Like, he never legally had his name changed. He went by Kenneth Wayne Wilson, but it was never like a legal name. And he had it legally changed, but I was like 28 when he had that done. So technically, I'm Kenneth Wayne Wilson Sr. He's Kenneth Wayne Wilson Jr. Technically.
That's wild.
But I also have no Wilson blood in me. But I got to share blood in me.
There's a couple of Portuguese dudes that look like white dudes. Aiming for the bushes, dude.
I have a lot of the Portuguese. There's a lot of Portuguese people up Northern California, and a lot of the dudes are short. Like my oldest cousin, Jimmy, whose name is actually Teixeira. He's not short. He's
Jimmy
tall.
T.
Jimmy Tex. Jimmy the Cute. He's a motorcycle club member.
Okay.
So
motorcycle, short on a motorcycle. Does he have a stool?
No, he's not. I'm saying he's not short.
Oh, he's not.
No,
short.
he's like 6'3".
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's the sergeant at arms of a large, well-known motorcycle club whose primary color is red. Yeah. Not a short guy role.
Wilties better not mention it. That's all we're saying.
Fucking Wilties, man. What a fucking weirdo. Man is saying that he has learned to punch someone in the trachea so fast and so hard that they'll instantly die.
But then choke the guy at Walmart and had people talk about it.
Yeah.
Why not just poach him in a trachea, Andrew?
He says he's killed so many Mongols in the last few days and made their bodies mysteriously disappear that nobody will ever find them.
He's probably burying them now. That's what he's doing. When he's not online, he's disposing bodies.
This is I guess the kind of aha moment for me was when they went in, they're doing the videos walking through the burned down house, and they get up to the blue room, and then she's filming and she goes, "Andrew, your computer's ruined," and you just see his face start to like shake, like nerd rage was just taking over his body, like, "Oh my god, my computer!" It was pretty fucking funny.
I feel bad. I do feel bad that, hard times happen to hard people because a lot of times they fucking just jump in front of the train.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta know when to fold. Go, like, this is not gonna end well. Let's not go down that road. You don't double down.
What's funny is I didn't even know who this guy was, like, let's say a year ago, and Alfredo, a guy that listens to the pod, asked me a question about Andrew Wiltsey, like, "Hey, do you have any updates on Andrew Wiltsey?" I'm like, "I don't know who that is." So I Googled it and found a Reddit post where he had commented, and he was basically talking about how he was, super competitive, and jiu-jitsu just kind of lost his luster for him, and it put him in a weird mental place, so he decided to step away from competing. And he's like, I may come back to it someday. I don't know. But
it sounds like Kenny, episode 47,
yeah.
dude.
But he seemed like reasonable, you know what I mean? And then just kind of like he realized that like it wasn't good for his mind and his mental, and so he decided to step away from it for a little bit. And he may approach it later down the road, but that was kind of the end of the road at the time being. I didn't realize that he had gone into full-blown psychosis. So until this last foray when fucking Nate starts shooting his clips, and I'm like, oh shit. Then I was familiar with who he was at that point.
I can't even go to my own personal Instagram because he's just overtook my stories.
Yeah.
It's just like literally a billion. Like, you know his phone's plugged in when he's doing this.
Do you think that Instagram's bandwidth has had to increase because of his postings?
God,
Not even people watching him.
It's
He's just
bad.
constantly just laying on it. He's got to be hooked up to a charger all the time or
You
something.
think I post a lot, and I do.
Not compared to that, man.
Not compared to him. His engagement numbers are probably so high, though.
Probably, yeah. But he doesn't have any followers. I mean, not on her page.
No.
People still think that his account's gone. They're like, oh, he's not on social media anymore. I'm like, yeah, he is. You just aren't looking in the right place.
It's hard.
You don't have a Nate.
You don't have a Nate. Nate will be like Andrew Wiltsey's aunt.
He created an Instagram account
On
for his
this
dogs.
page, on this YouTube, Andrew Wiltsey's mother.
Yes.
Mama Wilties, if you're watching, bonjour. Andrew Wiltsey's mother commented on this page.
A lot.
She's like, I'm his mom. She's just in there. She's in the comments. We should get her as a guest.
That would for sure. A short thing.
Guys.
What do you got to say? What's your message to Andrew? If you could tell him anything, what's your message to him?
Guys, should we get Andrew Wiltsey's mother on the page? Of course, we're going to be 100% respectful. I'm not going to ask her any mean questions.
No.
Because she's going through a hard time. Her family is. But should we get Andrew Wiltsey's mother on the page? What's harder to say, Wiltsey or CJI? I'm having fucking problems with these two words.
Yeah. Wiltsey is not hard. I'm not quite sure why you're
I
struggling.
go
with
Wiltese.
something. I know.
Like he's a Maltese dog.
I've physically thought in my head, I've mentally thought in my head CJI and said CGI. While thinking I need to say CJI. I've totally botched it with the intention to say it correctly.
Yeah, it's a wild. There goes Kenny Porsche.
Panamera, black. God, that's a gorgeous car. Do they make that in a wagon that's a wide body?
I don't want a fast car that has more than 2 seats. I want to be riding by myself.
Panamera. That way my wife can scream at me from the passenger seat while my kids are having a good time in the back.
Just FaceTime me if you're having problems. So we want to get supercars. We want to get a BJJ Balance Hummer, old school.
OG H1.
6 miles a gallon.
Yep. I actually watched, there's that show on Netflix, Rust to Riches, about Gotham Garage. It's based out of Temecula. The episode I watched last night, they did a biodiesel conversion on an H1.
I just said Gotham. It was a good show, Gotham Garage.
Yeah.
I saw the guy one time, the fucking guy with the wild hair and the beard.
Oh, yeah.
He was at Lowe's in front of me.
He goes to Wendy's Barbershop every once in a while. The guy that's a fabricator, the younger guy, when I went to a car show at my kid's school like 2 years ago, he was there.
I used to deliver to the garage.
Oh, really?
The first one, I don't know where the new one is, but they had an old one that was on my route. And I used to deliver to them. Pretty cool. Skin Industries used to be in Temecula too. And one time I delivered to Skin Industries, and I walk in with packages, and there's like 2 Lambos,
Yeah.
big lifted truck, and like chicks in bikinis like taking photos on the hoods of them. And I walked in and looking for a signature, and I'm like, oh, man, what am I doing with my life?
So that guy, Bob, he used to own a barbecue restaurant.
Skin Industries guy?
Yeah. He owned a barbecue restaurant called Hobo's right next to Albertsons by my house. And then he opened up a breakfast joint in the same parking lot, and he recently closed them both down. But he lives in the wineries.
Skin Industries not doing too well.
I don't think it's big in the motocross scene anymore.
I used to see that sticker everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody had that sticker.
Oh yeah, in
on
the
their
late
truck.
'90s, that was like the brand,
It's a naked chick sticker on your truck.
like the Mud Flap Girls kind of a thing.
Yeah.
My buddy Joe used to race motocross, and he was sponsored by them from up north. And he actually lived down in Temecula for a little bit. Lived with Bob for a while.
And I remember going into their warehouse. There's so many shirts being shipped out.
Yeah.
damn, this guy's fucking killing it right
I think Dirt Bike Kids has kind of taken over that spot, which is owned by Twitch. And he lives, I think, in the white areas as well.
now. Got more tattoos than you.
Yeah. More money, too.
We have FU money, or we just face head.
I would never do face. I would do neck and hands if I was independently wealthy. But with my current career, I won't do that.
So maybe in like 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are we doing on the hands?
I had a hand tattoo planned out recently. I can't remember what it was. I've got it written down, but it's going to be something for my wife on my right hand.
Put it over your heart.
That's why. Yeah.
That's beautiful, dude. That's beautiful.
But I don't know, neck. My wife just did her neck in the last couple of years.
You guys got a lot of tattoos, man. You guys got a lot of tattoos. I see people with a lot of tattoos. My dad's a lot of money, or you got a hookup.
I used to have a really good hookup and a lot of free tattoos. Now I still have a hookup. They still pay. Like Jason, Professor Medina, phenomenal tattoo artist. Does good work. Does a lot of my work. He's the only guy that's tattooed me in the last like 10 years.
He's got a couple of mine. I told him I was all. He's like, yeah, I'm not even an artist. You know, I just taught myself. I'm all,
Yeah.
probably not the best pitch.
When he told me that too, he's like, he went to a party and there was somebody tattooing there, and he just thought, that is so cool, I got to do that. And he goes, I went out and bought a tattoo machine, and I just started drawing. I'm like, what?
It's a great. He's very good.
Yeah.
But that story, probably not best for biz.
Well, I think it's just a testament to like how
You can teach yourself something
Yeah.
from the ground up.
Yeah. You know, I was, you know, it's wild because I went to school with kids that were like just naturally gifted artists, and they're like understanding of like the way that lighting and shadows work and color theory, just all just came to them naturally, and I've never had that.
There's only a couple of jobs you can't do just because you want to. Pro athlete, you either got it or you don't.
Yeah.
Adult movie star. Unless you're a female.
Or unless you're an anal guy.
Yeah, built for anal.
Yep. But I think if you're a dude and you do gay porn,
Unless
you can
you're
do
an
whatever.
anal guy. We just come. Imagine someone just coming in right now.
That's all they heard. Unless you're an anal
Unless
guy.
you're an anal guy. Like, what the fuck are we watching, dude?
What's this got to do with jiu-jitsu? Everything.
Man. Zinks Road.
We're still in California.
You can tell this used to all be filled with water at one time.
How the fuck are we still in California?
It's a big place, dude.
It's an 18-wheeler pulling a fucking Ford Focus. Not on a trailer.
Just pulling it.
Guy probably has no gi.
He's an OG guy for sure. We need car sponsors. Chevrolet.
Just conveniently work with Corvette out that way.
Yeah, that's what I need. Like, hey, man.
Yeah, that girl Nicole Arbor posted that she's had the Kamala campaign hit her up 3 times, offering to pay her
I
like
looked at
up
her
to-
follower account and I was like, I got a couple million to go before I get that. I got 4 years to get there. Because I might sell out, bro.
Yeah. Said they were gonna pay her like 25 grand or something like that to do a couple of reels.
Oh, do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Your boy is sell out quick. 25 stacks? I probably wouldn't. I'll be honest with you, I probably wouldn't. I don't like being political. I don't want to shut down half my followers, piss half my followers off. I think that's the dumbest thing someone could do. The dumbest thing someone could do with a following is pick a political side. Even if you have one, keep that shit to yourself, because you're just going to piss off half your community.
Right. Unless that's been your fucking
How you
shtick
built
from
your
the gate, yeah.
you're louder with Crowder.
Right. Right.
My doppelganger. We've been live for how long? What's this say?
71 minutes.
71 minutes? Yeah. That's longer than a podcast.
It's just neat how the comments kind of come up on the screen.
Still alive. My watch time might be pretty good after this.
Yeah.
Definitely helping the watch time. I broke down one time on the way home from Vegas.
How long is that drive? It says we're going to be there in about an hour and 20 minutes.
Straight to Chippendales, boys and girls.
Get a little wiener.
The Bunny Ranch, too, is the only place I heard that you can buy a $4 steak and a $300 piece of roast beef. Jesus.
Go for the dinner, stay for the... Oh, that's not too bad. I got an 8-hour drive coming up later this month. Yeah, fuck those. I've done Northern California to Southern California multiple times, and it's about 9 to 10 hours, depending on how the LA traffic hits you.
Fun in a sports car, though.
I had an Audi. That was fun. It was. I mean, it's still a boring ass drive. It got to the point where I was doing that drive so often that I started taking a longer route that would go through up the coast through San Luis Obispo and all that, just so I had something to look at as opposed to desert the whole way through fucking Bakersfield and shit.
Yeah.
It took me about another hour and a half or something like that, but it was just like, at least there's shit to fucking... I remember one time I hit traffic going through Malibu. That fucking sucked.
What little city is this?
Symbiote. It's a Venom dashboard.
Imagine meeting the love of your life and she lives in this town.
Which gas station does she work at?
I have to get gas here now. Soon. So there's another one up the road here. You can get like crazy like space bread and shit there. You really double down on the aliens.
Oh yeah, that thing's huge.
Turning into like a hotel. It's like a big old flying saucer. You think we'll ever be in a billboard, Kenny?
I don't think so. Rogan's never been on a billboard.
Oh, yes. Coming to Pachanga. Stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, oh yeah, maybe. I guess not for the pod, but for like a live show type kind of a thing.
Be cool, dude. What I think about cool about this community is people that really, really fuck with us. They're like, these two, yeah, we want them to be the guys. And they're just like sending us to the moon, you know what I mean? Which I think is cool. A lot of guys will be like, you know, they could easily be like, who are these scrubs? You know what I mean? We're like, no, we like these guys. They're the homies. Send them.
Right.
And I feel like that is cool. I still like when someone shares something or somebody does something great for us. I'm like, I just think it's so. I still get kind of like in shock that it's happening.
Yeah. Like when Gordon shares a fucking meme, and I just think, please don't scroll back about a month.
Yeah, dig a little deeper. That's what we always say when someone writes something, you know, that we kind of shit on. Like, do a little more research, bro, before you share this post. But like, if you think about it, before we linked up, which I think would be kind of good right now. This would be kind of good to talk about. our origin story. We did the episode 1.
Right.
But that was like a year ago. Over.
It was mid-September.
So before that, I was a meme page, but I would also show some demo, and I would also, I was just trying to be a one-stop jiu-jitsu shop on my algo, and I was about, 45,000 followers.
I think you just hit 50K right when I followed you.
So I was like, I was big and grateful, but hadn't really had a platform to really show behind the curtain of who I am, or me with the volume up, turn it up a little bit, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I teach a class in Kenny's school, help out Jason, and he DMs me afterwards and goes, bro, thanks, blah, blah, blah. So automatically, I had fun, blah, blah, blah. Automatically, if someone I've met in person and I know you, I'll follow you back. I mean, this is kind of my shtick. If we've met and I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, he's cool. I'll follow you back. So I follow him back, and then I would always post stuff like Fun fact about me Fridays, right? Fun fact about me Friday. I think men who don't back into parking spaces are betas. And he'd be like, I disagree. I think people who park backwards are just trying to act more masculine than they really are, or something like that. And so everything I would post, this guy would always be in the comments, kind of countering it. And I just DM him hey, man, I think, it would be fun if we had a podcast. We'd probably have a pretty fun podcast. Not thinking anything of it. It's sounds like we'd have a pretty funny podcast.
Yeah, there's nothing on my page that would make you allude that I would have
a podcast.
Yeah.
You're I'm on. Yeah, man. I was we don't get along. It sounds like we'd have a pretty funny podcast. And he's like, I got all this stuff. Let me know. And he sends me a picture of all this. And I'm like, don't fuck with me, brother. I was like, don't. Because I love being on podcasts. I was like, I love being guests on podcasts. Don't,
You had just done the DJ.
Okay.
DJ podcast too.
Yeah. So I was like, he's like, don't. I was like, I'm down. And he's like, serious? And I'm like, I don't even know this guy. I've done after the DM. I'm like, I don't even know this guy. So I'm freaking just chilling there, and I'm like, I told myself I'm not going to be afraid to take leaps. That's my new thing. From 38, I was like, I'm going for it. I don't care what people say. I'm going for it. I don't care what people say. I'm going to PGF. I don't care what people say. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. I'm like, I believe, whether you believe in the man upstairs or not, I believe people get thrown in your path for a reason. So all right, fuck it. As I'll say less, I'm in. And he's like, seriously? It's like, yeah, you're down, I'm down. It's like, I'm down. And then he literally goes, we think of a name. I swear to God, within 3 seconds, we thought of BJJ Balance. It was so quick.
Chat GPT, bro.
Chat GPT, yeah, whatever. I can't even say that. I can't say CGI.
Literally fucking went to Chat GTP. I was kind of Chat GTP kick at the time. And I was like, jiu-jitsu podcast names. And it gave me a list of 30. And I just copied and pasted and sent to Matt. And he was like, I like this one. I was like, I like that one too. And that was it.
And then, so we started the BJJ blind date. That was our first episode. Literally, all the conversation we just had was all I've talked to Kenny. I had not met him. Kind of forgot what he looked like. I show up at his house, which was wild. That he just lets me come in the house, knowing now I know Kenny is when people come to his house, he's ready to murder you. I didn't know that. On hand, I did not know that there's booby traps just in case stuff goes down. And I guess he had already done a full ass scrub of me and people I know and vouched for me. So I walk in, we BJJ blind date, and it just went.
Yeah.
Episode 1, usually you need 4, 5, 6 episodes
to get a feel and a flow. And
no, we were just hitting right off the bat. Boom, 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 boom. And it just been great. And you guys, as a community, said, we fuck with these guys.
And here's the thing, though, too. I think it's kind of a testament of jiu-jitsu as well. It's no different than when your wife drags you to some sort of a kid's birthday party or something like that, and you're sitting there, and I'm not an outgoing guy like that. And once I hear somebody say jiu-jitsu, all of a sudden my ears perk up, and I'm kind of like, move a little closer, and then I might drop a little comment, and once they engage back, it's like, now we're best friends. Like, this is the guy I'm talking to the rest of this day, you know? And so I just think we already knew that we had that connection there. We're both checkmate guys. We have mutual people that we know, and you know, it was just that we're opposites in the like personality wise too. I mean, like, there's definitely things that complement each other, but like we're not. It's not like talking to the same person. You know,
right? As much as I love, and what separates us from other people, other podcasts is, I think that Joe Rogan has created that interview podcast.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks that he's the best and he's the GOAT podcast. And there's no one disputing that.
No.
Everybody thinks that's what a podcast is. Thanks, truck. This should rock off my window. I think that is what everybody thinks a podcast is. Interview style.
And it works for some people, like for a Theo Vaughn. But then there's other guys that, like, I think, like, the reason the Flagrant podcast does so well is they have guests here and there, but it's not guests all the time, but it's like 4 dudes sitting around bullshitting with each other.
Right. And if you think of Theo Vaughn, a lot of his viral stuff is him just going on rants on his own.
Yeah.
It's not him with somebody else. No one's ever making a funny clip off Theo Vaughn. Theo Vaughn, all his clips are him.
Right.
So I think a lot of people in the jiu-jitsu space, which some do it well, the interview style. And I think people like want to watch jiu-jitsu guys. I think people want to, you know, they have their favorite guys, but it's not like in a celebrity state. We try to kind of bring the environment of like, we're the people, you know what I mean? We want to talk to you. We just want to give you an open mat after jiu-jitsu feel, because that's the funnest time in jiu-jitsu. Just 2 dudes hanging out, going through life's problems, like dads or whatnot, right? So I think that is what separates us different from a lot of the other jiu-jitsu podcasts. We don't really do the interview style, which we do have sometimes, but I want to be able to like have a good, entertaining time, and we don't need a guest.
Right. Yeah, you don't ever want to be pinned down like, oh, we can't get a guest this week, or so-and-so bailed out. We also don't stack things up too, you know what I mean? Like, we don't really have a backlog of episodes, which we should. We should have 1 or 2 that are
the podcast has become kind of like a therapeutic thing for me. Like, I know I get an hour and I get to hang out, talk to my boyfriend. Not something that I really feel like I need to. It's not a job. This has not felt like work yet. Sometimes when we're like, we got to do that, you know what I mean? A little bit more like work now. But the podcasting itself, the hangout, it's fun.
Yeah.
Sometimes the scheduling and this gets a little tough, but the hangout itself has never felt like work. And I feel like that comes through to you guys, which is something that I really, really, I'm proud of what we've built. All of us, including the followers, together as a community. And it's going to be exciting to see where we go from now. I've told Kenny this privately. I want to be, you know, we want to be the number 1 podcast. We're top 5. I want to be the number 1 podcast, jiu-jitsu podcast on the planet. And I want to be a place where people come to us to get the jiu-jitsu rub.
Right. I mean, I think more than that too, there's people that I know that are like my wife's friend, coworker actually, doesn't do jiu-jitsu at all. She watches week by week, just because she's like, it's entertaining, it's funny. You know, a lot of my wife's friends are like, I didn't realize he talks so much because I don't talk in person.
Yeah, like, people said you're an introvert.
Yeah. And
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Not this guy. Yeah. This guy was all up in my DMs. You mean introvert? Talking shit. Yeah, he's quite the little chatterbox. Let's talk about nerves getting from last time at PGF. We're sitting there, the event's over, and we're just like, holy shit. This game, I gotta go up and talk to these people.
Appreciate that, Rogue. So I already think you guys are the most entertaining BJJ podcast out there.
Yeah, Rogue, appreciate that, brother.
I would say there's only, out of being the top 5 jiu-jitsu podcasts, there really isn't any other one like us. I am putting the El Segundo podcast in there, but though I think Greg Jones is funny, I think that is a podcast put on by professional jiu-jitsu athletes. And it's hard, like it's entertaining because of professional jiu-jitsu athletes, but it's hard for the everyday average jiu-jitsu guy to relate to a lot of the shit that they're saying. Because one, we aren't at that skill level. Two, most of us are probably older than that. So that's not even like in my sights. Like I'm so far removed. I'll never be a world champion, black belt, adult bracket. You know,
we're not 22,
right? So you know, it's like that's probably the funniest like competition. As far as jiu-jitsu pods that are beating us, it's jiu-jitsu or BJJ mental models,
for about 69 miles.
which is kind of like the name says what it is. There's the jiu-jitsu podcast, which everybody knows who jiu-jitsu is, and again, that comedy or like relatability, like humor is not really his wheelhouse. It's very serious, you know. How
we're the dad bod joke of jiu-jitsu podcast.
Yeah,
we can do everything. We did not limit ourselves to like you know, someone just being like smart and like a all stats or all interview, or
right.
We can do whatever we want.
Right. Yeah, we can absolutely dive in and do breakdowns of matches. We can talk about what's going on with the wild jiu-jitsu news, the Andrew Wiltsey shit. We can dive into you know, connections, as you know, what it's like to be a husband and a father and a friend, somebody that does jiu-jitsu but has to balance that with a career and a family. So I think that we're the everyman jiu-jitsu podcast.
We're gonna need gas here, jiu-jitsu podcast here in a second.
So we'll probably end this live stream here when we pull over for gas. But that's almost an hour and a half of fucking straight up just jiu-jitsu talk. For those that are watching that weren't here earlier, I do want to point out that we do have a subscription on YouTube now. If you go to our jiu-jitsu or go to our YouTube page, you are going to see a join button. And there are 3 tiers. There's a $1.99 tier, which just gets you a little badge stating that you are a member of the community. There's a $4.99 tier, which will get you access to the behind-the-scenes videos that we will be recording this week here at PGF. And then there are things like Matt's ice bath. Well, actually, that's going to go public, but the Hot Ones episode.
Just exploding my shit into some homeless dude's balls.
For sure, that's going to be. And then there's a third tier.
We got to do Fremont Street.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Then there's a third tier, which is going to be you get all the access to the first 2 tiers, but you also get a little more direct connection access to us, and it will allow you to email us video of your roles, and then we can actually make content going over your roles, critiquing them, talking about them, seeing what we see, and then we'll obviously shout you out in the video as well. And I think third tier actually gets you
feet pics.
Or second tier and third tier get you. You'll hit our credits at the end of the episode. Once we start gaining subscribers, your name will pop up as in credits at the end of the episode for being a supporter. So
yeah, I mean, again, guys, we're looking for gas right now, so or Kenny's pushing. So again, thank you guys for everything. Aim for the push as always, and we'll do lives again. We're gonna be doing lives all week. So
yeah.
Again, follow us on our premium stuff, and thanks for the ride. We're about an hour away from Vegas, so I'll go live on my IG again here today and say what's up. All right, guys, have a good one.